Some important news coming in on your screens. Very important if you have some interest in the world of e-commerce, because Mr. Nikesh Arora seems like he's all set to step down, and this is a very quick, some would say premature perhaps, exit. He's only been in the company for about 2 years. Of course, lots of allegations were flying thick and fast about his strategy, about all the string of acquisitions that have taken place after he took over, and whether they're successful or not. SoftBank, of course, we know is dealing with a huge pile of debt. By some guesstimates, it was as big as $80 billion. And of course, the bank was trying to sell down some of its assets to repay some of that money and to shore up the balance sheet and, of course, profitability as well. So it seems that he is on his way out, Lata. So it seems it's a season of high-profile exits.
Yes, but actually, since he was cleared by an internal panel, this comes as a bit of a jolt. His position was maybe shaky, but the information about 24 hours ago gave the impression that he has tided all those issues, all those allegations. But this comes a bit as a bolt from the blue that Nikesh Arora has actually stepped down. So this is, I think, broken on Twitter, and it's just about everywhere at this point in time, that although he has got a clean chit from SoftBank, he has decided on his own to kind of hang his boots, or at least to dissociate from SoftBank. We will be getting you more information. He was under fire from investors. So SoftBank was trying to resist investor demands. And now looks like either SoftBank itself has buckled or Nikesh Arora in person has buckled. This is some important breaking news coming in.
We've actually got Kritika joining in with some thoughts on this story as well. Kritika, big international story breaking out. Nikesh Arora, really the poster child of e-commerce and the big growth that it was associated with, now on his way out.
It's a huge shock because, just yesterday we had Masayoshi Son give out statement on the exact details of the strategic select panel that had been appointed to investigate the whole SoftBank issue. Nikesh Arora was cleared. Now, the reason that Masayoshi Son has given, he's the chairman of SoftBank, with respect to why Nikesh Arora has stepped down, is as follows. The statement basically says that the chairman and CEO of SoftBank had been considering Arora as a strong candidate for succession. Son's intention was to keep leading the group in various aspects for the time being, whereas Arora wished to start taking over the lead in a few years' time. The difference of expected timelines between the two leads of Arora's resignation from the position of representative director and director of SoftBank with the expiration of the term of office and his next steps. Now, the other reason is that the representative to resign from the board named current, that is Nikesh Arora, is scheduled for the 22nd, that is effective immediately. He will continue as an advisor, though partially. So essentially, they haven't given the exact details, yes, but what they seem to say is that Nikesh was aspiring to be the next successor of the company. Masayoshi Son wasn't looking at stepping down, and Nikesh wanted to take over immediately, whereas there was a time gap and a time difference in what he expected and what Son was willing to do in terms of stepping down, in terms of bringing him in a larger position. And that seems to be the difference of opinion there, seems to be the reason why he has stepped down. He has written to the shareholders as well. We don't have the copy of that. But in a sense, this is the reason, that gap in expectation, where Nikesh wanting to take a larger role and Masayoshi Son not stepping down at that particular point in time, seems to be the reason that they have suggested everywhere. They will be, in fact, giving more details at the AGM, which is expected to be held tomorrow. So there will be a proper interaction with shareholders as well. We'll try to get you reactions going. But, Lata Surbi, it comes as quite a surprise, given the fact that there was a detailed statement that came in yesterday. We spoke about how Nikesh Arora has been cleared and his next future at the company is huge. So it shows, in a way, a difference of opinion between the top management at SoftBank. It shows a difference of opinion with respect to the expectation that the management was looking at and the kind of succession planning that will come in. We've had Nikesh Arora on the channel several times talking about the next growth curve and the next future that, or whatever, the future plans that he has in mind. So it's a difference in expectation that seems to have played out over here, and not much in terms of if it is related to the select panel committee's findings and Nikesh Arora being cleared, that they very strategically stayed away from that. But it is slightly curious, Urvi and Lata, that right after the findings, he has officially stepped down.
Well, just to give the background, Nikesh Arora is one of the highest paid executives in the world, earning about $135 million, if I'm not mistaken. And he had made several startup investments on behalf of SoftBank, and one of them also includes actually Alibaba.
And they sold off that Alibaba stake in
there have been some groups of investors who have raised doubts about some of these investments, and that is why he was under investigation. He got a clean chit yesterday, but today we get this surprise announcement that he is stepping down and that Mr. Son wants to continue. And thinks that he's too young to retire at 60. It could be just that, it could be other differences, but we will keep you posted on that. That is Nikesh Arora on Twitter. That time for me to move on, and director of SBG with the expiration of the term of office and his next steps. Those are the details that came on Twitter, as well as on other, as well as that release from SoftBank.